Hi, parents and carers. Today's slideshow is about healthy lifestyles for primary school children. So we had our school participates in the Live Life Well at School program from the New South Wales Government, which is all about promoting healthy eating and physical activity both at home and at school. So today's information will hopefully give you some tips to help you promote a healthy lifestyle amongst your children. Okay, healthy kids do better. Healthy eating and physical activity are encouraged for both health and educational benefits, including healthy growth and development of good eating habits early, to prevent lifestyle diseases such as heart disease and type 2 diabetes, improved concentration and behaviour, to help children sleep, to boost confidence and self-esteem, and for fitness and strength. Gosh, the teachers can really tell those children who have had a good breakfast in the morning and those children who have woken up late, rushed to school and haven't had breakfast. It's really, really hard for them to concentrate in the classroom. Healthy eating. Let's start with healthy eating and packing a healthy lunchbox. One of the best things you can do as a parent to encourage healthy eating is to pack a healthy lunchbox. Children are at school for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, 40 weeks each year. That's around 400 recess and lunch breaks. Children can consume up to 1/3 of their daily food intake at school. So it's really important that their lunch boxes are filled with healthy, nutritious food. This will help provide them the energy and nutrients they need to learn and play at school. Packing a healthy lunchbox for your children will help set up healthy food habits for their life, which can make a difference to your child's health now and into the future. It's really much easier for all parents if everyone is on the same page and packs a healthy lunchbox. I'm sure all you know about pester power. It's a real thing. If your child sees another child eating chips at recess, they might come home and pester you to buy chips for them to eat at recess. On the other hand, if your child sees everyone else with healthy snacks, they might be more willing to try different healthy foods. You might even like to share ideas with other parents. Has anyone seen this picture before? This is the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating. It's a general visual guide to show us what we should be eating as part of our own healthy diet. In this circle, we have our everyday foods. These are the foods that we should be eating every day. There are 5 food groups. Grain foods such as bread, pasta, noodles, rice, vegetables, fruit, dairy foods including milk and yogurt and cheese, and lean meats and alternatives. We have water highlighted at the top to emphasise that water is the best drink to keep you hydrated and quench your thirst. At Macquarie Fields Primary School, we encourage water only in the children's drink bottles. Down the bottom of the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating, we have our sometimes foods. These foods tend to be higher in energy, in fat, in salt and or sugar, and they shouldn't be part of our everyday healthy eating. This is why they sit off the plate. Children need a variety of foods for healthy growth and development, so we want to be thinking about this guide and the 5 food groups when packing a healthy lunchbox. There are a few key things to think about when packing the main meal or their lunch. This meal needs to be filling and provide sustained energy, and it's a great opportunity to help meet children's daily requirements of foods like vegetables. Start with a grain food to help fill the hungry tummies. Add a lean meat or a white meat. Add a lean red meat or a white meat, or an alternative like tuna or egg or cheese. Include a variety of vegetables, aim for 2 or more, if possible. Some examples may include a chicken, cheese and salad sandwich, tuna pasta salad with corn and celery, a roast beef or turkey wrap with lettuce and tomato and cheese, egg and lettuce wrap or roll, leftover chicken skewers and vegetable rice or salad. Just remember though, if you're packing something that needs to be kept cold during the day, like chicken or meat or tuna, then make sure there's an ice brick or a frozen water bottle in the lunchbox as well. At Macquarie Fields Primary School, we have lunch first. We have our lunch break at 11 o'clock. So we encourage the children to eat their big food there, their sandwiches or their wraps or their pasta. We encourage them to eat that first. Then we have a second break that we call recess. Recess is more snack food or smaller amounts of food. Children need between meal snacks because they have smaller stomachs than we do, and they require small amounts of food more frequently. The best snacks for recess come from our 5 everyday food groups rather than the sometimes foods. Even though sometimes foods are really easy to pack in their lunch boxes, they're not ideal for the children's health. Some really healthy alternatives include fresh or tinned fruit. They could be a whole piece of fruit or fruit slices or fruit salad, cherry tomatoes and cucumber slices, some salad or coleslaw or potato salad, some little mini corn cobs, vegetable sticks with dip, small pieces of sushi, rice crackers or crisp bread with cheese, fruit loaf or raisin toast, snack-size low-fat yogurt, rice or corn cakes with cheese or tomato slices, homemade scones or muffins or pikelets, a boiled egg or some plain popcorn or some baked beans. Extra foods, or occasionally called sometimes foods, are best left out of their lunchbox and saved for special occasions. If these foods are eaten regularly, they can cause tooth decay and contribute to weight gain, and this is linked to many preventable lifestyle-related diseases later in life, such as type 2 diabetes. Too many of these snack foods can also lead children to not concentrating properly in class. So all of our teachers will be helping your child learn about healthy and unhealthy foods, and we often use the words everyday foods or sometimes foods. So we know we all enjoy these foods, but they should not be consumed every day. It's best to avoid foods that are high in added sugar, salt and fat, such as snack food bars, sweet biscuits, savoury snack foods and biscuits like hot chips, cakes, muffins and sweet pastries, sugared sweetened drinks like cordials and fruit juice. Parents often ask us if they can bring takeaway foods into their children for lunches and recesses, and the answer for that is no. The children do not need McDonald's or a KFC burger at school during school time. Healthy snacks actually cost less. We often hear that fresh foods and healthy foods are more expensive to buy, and this isn't the case. If you look at the cost comparisons on this slide, you will see that healthy lunch boxes can be actually quite affordable. Always look for what's on special, always buy fruit and vegetables that are in season, and buy in bulk and portion out snacks for the whole week. Macquarie Fields Primary School participates in the Crunch and Sip program, which is a fruit, vegetable and water break. In kindergarten, we have this break as soon as the children enter the classroom. So when they're lining up outside their classrooms next year, they will have their water bottle and their Crunch and Sip in their hand already, ready to eat as soon as they go into the classroom. It's not a time that they sit around and picnic though. That's the time where the teacher's marking the roll, collecting notes and reading the first story of the day. It's a lovely, lovely time, and it's a great time for the teachers to discuss the differences between fruit and vegetables, and often the children will ask their parents, could you buy me a cucumber? I've never tasted them. Or someone had cherry tomatoes. Could you buy some of those for me, Mum? I'd really like them at Crunch and Sip. So it's a really lovely start for our day in kindergarten. Crunch and Sip is an initiative that allows students to eat vegetables or fruit and drink water in class. The break helps to refuel and boost children's physical and mental performance and concentration in class. It also gets children into the habit of eating fruit and veggies and helps them to become familiar with different fruits and vegetables as they see what their classmates are eating. We find that even the most fussy eaters will try fruits and vegetables when all of their friends are. To ensure your child is not left out during Crunch and Sip time, you need to pack a bottle of water, some fruits or vegetables. For example, if it's a small piece of fruit, they can just bring a whole piece of fruit, such as an apple or a carrot, a small Lebanese cucumber. If that's difficult for your child to eat a whole apple, they can have several smaller whole fruits or vegetables, such as cherry tomatoes or grapes or strawberries. You could chop up some fruit and vegetables and make a little veggie salad or a little fruit salad for them if that's what they would prefer. Veggie sticks are always excellent. But we ask for it to be fresh fruit and veggies, not tinned, not canned, not dried. Don't forget their water bottle. As you've seen and heard, packing a healthy lunchbox with food your child will want to eat is much easier than you think. A healthy lunchbox should contain some breads and cereals, some veggies and salads, some meat or meat alternative, some dairy, some fruit, and some water. Now, just like us, sometimes your child is really, really hungry and sometimes your child is not hungry. So parents often worry in kindergarten if the child has not finished every single bite of every single thing that you have packed. But just like us, sometimes they're hungry and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're so excited about going to play that they'll just have a few bites and then they'll want to go off and play. At lunch, our first break of the day, the teachers observe the children eating. There's an eating time and the teachers support and observe them eating. During recess, the children grab a snack from their bag and they go off to play with their snack. If your child hasn't consumed everything in their lunchbox and they come home from school and they're starving and they're really hungry, we always encourage the parents to get them to finish what's in their lunchbox before they're offered any other snacks at home. As I said at the beginning of kindergarten, children are exhausted. For the first 4 to 6 weeks, they're absolutely exhausted. We suggest giving them early dinner as well, so they're not going home eating chocolate and chips and lollies, that they're eating really good nutritional proper food, and that will help them have more energy the following day. Nude food. The reason not to eat packaged snacks, it's much, much, much better for the environment. This can be a great way to encourage children to eat more fresh or less packaged foods. Nude food is food that comes in its own natural wrapping, like an apple comes in its skin, a banana comes in its skin, a carrot has its peel on it. They don't need lots of plastics put around them and things like that. Pack nude food by using reusable containers or resealable Ziploc bags or lunch boxes that have separate compartments. There are lots of different options for all different kinds of food. So we encourage nude foods as much as possible. Remember the 5 food groups and don't forget about water. So these are our top tips for lunch boxes. Include fruit and vegetables for crunch and sip. Include a variety over the week, not too much choice each day, especially when the kids are little. If you give them too much choice, they end up not choosing anything. Keep the serves small. Sometimes our parents get so worried that the children are going to fade away at school, they give them more food than an adult male would eat and then get a little bit cross with the teachers when they don't finish everything. So don't give them huge amounts of food. Ensure foods can be opened and eaten easily. Remember, there's 22 kindergarten kids and a lot of them are only just turning 5 and it's really hard for them to open their Glad wrap, open the foil, open their lunch boxes, so make sure they've had lots and lots of practice with that. Involve children in packing their own lunch boxes. The more they're involved in making healthy choices, the more likely they're going to eat it. Be persistent. They may not like cucumber or cherry tomatoes at the beginning, but they sure will if they try them regularly. Make the food look fun, present it in a nice way, make little faces on their banana, put a little love message in their lunchbox, make it exciting and make them look forward to that. And remember food safety, keep that food cool with a little ice brick or a frozen water bottle. Just another before we move on to physical activity. Our school has a canteen. It has met all its healthy food requirements. But at the beginning of kindergarten, it's really difficult for children that are so young to go to the canteen, to pick up lunch orders, to eat a lasagna with a spoon that hasn't been cut up for them. It's really, really difficult. So we say save going to the canteen to at least second term. So that's after Easter. So often they'll come and tell you that everyone's having a canteen order every single day, but it's not true. Most parents follow the teachers and don't let them have a lunch order till term 2. It's just too difficult, them eating those kinds of hot food and hot noodles and things like that without close adult supervision. Physical activity. Being physically active is good for children's health, as well as being a great way for them to make friends and to develop physical and social skills. The Australian Physical Activity and Sedentary Behaviour Guidelines recommend children should be getting at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity every day. This means activity that gets them huffing and puffing. Equally important is the recommendation that the use of electronic media for entertainment, so computer games, the TV, a tablet or a phone, should be limited to less than 2 hours per day. At Macquarie Fields Primary School, we recommend no screen time until their 60 minutes of outdoor play has been achieved. Being physically active as a family is a really great idea. So taking the family dog for a walk, going for a push bike ride, taking the scooters over to the park or kicking a ball around. Make that a lovely time of sharing with your children, talking about their day, and then later on in the evening they can have a little tiny bit of technology. Active travel. So this is a great way to increase activity. So health benefits from physical activity, so healthy growth and development, building strong bones and muscles. Being healthy and being active improves concentration in the classroom, increase independence and positive self-esteem, deeper connection to their community, and contributes to safe mobility. So the children, while they're actively travelling with their family, are learning about road safety and stranger danger and things like that. Some things you can do for active travel include walking or riding to and from school, using public transport together, or parking and walking, which means parking further away from where you are going and walking the rest of the way. So if you live a long way from our school, you could park up at the top shops or park on the other side of the gym and spend some time walking to school. Ways to limit screen time. My goodness me, computers are a wonderful thing. Technology is a fabulous thing. But when our children are very young, they should be limited. You are the boss of the technology at your house, so don't be worried about being the boss. It's really, really important. Does free time mean screen time for your child? So limiting screen time is mainly about getting children to move more and sit less every day. Here are some possible strategies to help reduce the amount of screen time your child might be getting. Make your child's bedroom a TV and a computer-free zone. So don't let them have a mobile phone in their room, a computer in their room, a TV in their room. If they tell you everyone else has one, they're not telling you the truth. Set a no screen time rule at dinner time and before school. It's important to discuss any rules with your children to make sure they understand why these rules have been put in place. So make sure your child doesn't think you're punishing them if you make a change in the rules that you currently have in your house, but let them know that you want to spend more time with them, or that spending time with their family or conversing with their family is better for them than being on a screen all the time. You could also try using active rewards to reward good behaviour instead of rewarding children with screen time or sometimes food. So if your child's done something really great, instead of saying, hey, have an extra half hour on the iPad, you could say, let's go outside and kick a ball together, or let's go to the pool and play together in the water. Instead of giving your children treats like ice cream or chocolate, if they've done something really well, reward your child with a trip to the park or the beach. Give gifts like skipping ropes and balls or kites instead of chocolate and ice cream. In 2019 and 2020, we had the Active Kids vouchers available. So every family could apply and receive $100 per child in their family to support them in either, could be swimming lessons, it could be gymnastics, it could be buying equipment, it could be for registration. So we're really hoping the Active Kids vouchers are available again in 2021. So here is the way that you would go ahead and apply for those. I dare say they will still be available. As you've just seen and heard about, there are many different ways you as parents and the carers of these children can help promote a healthy lifestyle, and we support all of these here at our school. Talk with your children about the importance of eating healthy and physical activity. Pack a healthy lunchbox. Support your child to be active. Be a great role model for your child and eat healthy meals and get active together as a family. Even though we all have busy lifestyles, encouraging your children to develop good food habits and participating in regular physical activity will ensure your children are on their way to a lifelong healthy lifestyle. With the whole school community working together, we can make a difference to the healthy eating and physical activity of our children.